Good day to everyone. In today's class, we are going to look into a very interesting topic based on literature. Yes, this session is on an overview of literary genre, specifically focusing on the genre fiction. Now, before getting into the topic, let me make it clear of what is genre. Genre is nothing but a category or type of any art, literature or music characterized by a specific form, content and style. The word genre is borrowed from the French language to English, which means kind and sort. This word is used specifically for denoting an independent style. Genres exist in various forms in paintings and music. Some examples of these forms are still life and landscape in paintings, and classical, symphonies, folk, hip-hop in music. Now let us look into the 5 major genres in literature. They are poetry, novel, drama, fiction and non-fiction. All these different genres have a particular feature and function that distinguishes them from one another. Now let us see in detail on the genre fiction for this class, and the above mentioned 4 genres can be dealt thoroughly in the next video. Fiction. Fiction is a type of prose that is not real. Authors have their own freedom to build a story based on imaginative characters or events. Sometimes the fiction can be based on true events, but the stories they tell are imaginative in nature. Now let us see the subgenres of fiction with brief definitions along with few examples of works written by popular authors. The first is fantasy fiction. This genre concentrates on imaginary elements. This can mean magic or characters with superpowers, alternate worlds, superheroes, monsters, fairies, and anything that an author can imagine outside of reality. The famous fictions are The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Science fiction. This genre is based on impact of science, either actual or imagined. The setting is in the future or in another planets. It has aliens, robots and other futuristic technology. Some popular fictions are The Time Machine and The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells, 1984 by George Orwell, I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. Next is the horror fictions. This genre refers to a style of writing that is characterized by elements of fear, horror, death and gloom. This creates a feeling of fear in both the characters and the reader. Some famous fictions are The Fall of the House of Usher and Other Tales by Edgar Allan Poe and Dracula by Bram Stoker. The next is mystery fiction. This genre deals with the solution of crime or the unraveling of secrets. Anything that is kept secret or remains unexplained or unknown is the main feature of this fiction. For example, And Then There Was None by Agatha Christie and The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. The next is historical fiction. In this genre, the plot takes place in a setting located in the past and based on real people or events. For example, Waverley by Walter Scott, A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, and War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. The next comes realistic fiction. This genre has no elements of fantasy, could be true but is not. Some of the popular works are The Fault in Our Stars by John Green and 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher. The next is folklore fiction. This writing usually has an unknown author or will be retold or adapted by the author. The subgenres are fables, mythology, tall tale, legend and fairy tale. The famous works are Jungle Book and Rewards and Fairies by Rudyard Kipling. The next comes the romance fiction. This is a huge category aimed in diverting and entertaining women. We have elements of fantasy, love extravagance, adventure, and always the heroic lover overcoming impossible odds to be with his true love. For example, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte and A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. Thus, we come to the end of discussion on fiction. We will see on the other genres in the next videos. Thank you.